My name is Yuval Shani. I'm from Hebrew U, from the Cyber Law Center at Hebrew U, and I'm very happy to open today's proceedings. This is our second annual conference, which is dedicated, as you know, to the legal and policy implications of artificial intelligence. I will now turn the floor to Einan Lichtman, who's from the Israel National Cyber Directorate, and he's responsible for the academic outreach of that Cyber Directorate. And after Einan, we'll say a few words on behalf of the National Cyber Directorate. Then Tal Zarsky from Haifa University, who are partner to the organization of these conferences, will say a few words, and then I will say a few additional words, and then we will start the actual program. So, Einan, you have the floor.
Thank you and good morning. As Yuval said, I'm Einan from the INCD, Israel National Cyber Directorate. Some words about the INCD. The INCD has two rules from the government. The first one is to keep the civil area protected from cyber attacks, not our meaning right here. But the other one is to encourage and to build better Israel and great Israel in the cyber area to the next years. I'm sure academia is key factor to make Israel great, not again, but still, and encourage it in this area. I'm personally a tech guy, but when I'm looking on the law, and Yuval told me and Tal taught me that AI and tech is very interesting. But when I want to know what is the meaning, what will change as a civilian, what will change as a human, I have to go to this floor and to ask this question and to hear the answers. I think the combination between the technical aspects, the emerging technologies aspects, and the understanding what will change as a human or what will change as a civilian is a key factor to understand the changing we are all having. Have a nice day and learn a lot.
Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome all of you to our second joint conference. It's a great honor for us to collaborate together, Hebrew University, Haifa University. So I'm speaking to you as Vice Dean of our faculty, University of Haifa, and the co-director of CCLP, Cyber Center for Law and Policy, and I'm also an alumni of Hebrew University, so I'm always happy to be back. So our center houses tens of researchers and runs multiple conferences on cyber-related projects. It's also a joint venture with the Cyber Directorate now, we say? Yes. What's in the name? My co-director, Niva Enkin-Koren, sends her apologies. She needed to attend to an urgent personal matter. She greatly apologizes for not attending. I want to say a few words about the importance of this project. So in Israel, recently, the government has identified the importance of AI research and has set up an initiative to forward academic studying, teaching, research, and interaction with government in the AI context, similarly to what has been done successfully, I believe, in the cyber context. So this is one comparison to these two topics. And I really want to thank Einan and the steering committees of our centers for agreeing to perhaps go outside of our comfort zone and devote a conference to AI and law. And maybe I'll say a few words justifying the linkage between cyber and AI. And I'll tell you why I think this is a natural conference and venue to bring together the conference of AI, the venue of the cyber conferences. So the cyber realm is mostly digital, and this is a context in which AI could thrive because it's quite easy for the information to be collected and thereafter implemented in the learning mechanism. And additionally, my sense is that the digital context is one in which we are most susceptible to fail the Turing test, and thus leading to a successful AI interaction, at least from the side of AI, given the paucity of human cues and clues, and the additional information which could be learned. Okay, so there's going to be successful AI, failure of individuals to perhaps distinguish between machine and human. What could be the outcome in the cyber context? So AI could facilitate successful cyber attacks, and this could lead to needs to curb these abilities or enhance cyber abilities, again, an interaction between law, cyber, AI. On the other hand, AI could be used for countermeasures, and thus we would need to understand how those will be brought in, again, attending to issues related to law, cyber, and AI. And finally, there's a new area, which is AI hacking, where you learn how the AI mechanism works and therefore attack the learning process, the information gathering, or other instances in which the AI itself could be hacked in a new way. So now we talk a lot about human hacking, but there's a lot to be said also about AI hacking. So I wish us a few productive days of fruitful human learning, both here and in Haifa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tal. A few words about our program. So the Cyber Law program is part of the Cyber Security Research Center, which is based at the Computer Science School in Givat Ram, the Safra campus. And indeed, we are trying, even like Einan said, to try to find ways to bridge over between technology and the issues that we are occupied with, which are issues of regulation, liability, and enforcement. And actually, AI is a very good topic for us to illustrate the importance of this bridge and the complexity of the bridge, because AI serves for us both as an object of regulation, but also as a potential regulatory tool. It is a way AI creates a serious challenge for attempts to impose liability, but increasingly it is a method to impose liability. And AI, of course, raises also issues for enforcement, but again, it is used in the world and increasingly used in the world of enforcement. We are now in an era where our speeding tickets are no longer they no longer involve any human actor. It's all actually the AI that actually monitors, implements, collects, and enforced. The last conference actually that we held last year was about cyberspace and human rights, and we already started toying with the idea or discussing there the idea of how do you actually understand the connection between AI and human rights. At that time, this was we were concerned about. We were trying to understand the GDPR notion of having a right to be adjudicated by a non-AI decision maker. I think we will have to discuss whether during these 2 days whether indeed such a right does exist, should exist, and can exist in the future. So I wish us all very fruitful 2 days, and I want to thank Tamar Berenblum and the team from the Research Center for their work, and Yoni and the team from the Haifa side for their work on making this together. And again, thank the National Cyber Directorate for their ongoing support of our activities. The way we will proceed this morning is we start with one of our keynote presentations for the conference, and our keynote is Professor Sarit Kraus from Bar Ilan University. Sarit is an alumni of this university as well, like Tal and myself. And are you a graduate of Hebrew? No. So Einan is not a graduate, but all others here are graduates. And she is a computer science professor at Bar Ilan University and also at the University of Maryland. Her fields of expertise are multi-agent systems and non-monotonic reasoning. And with that, and within these fields, she has pioneered to a large extent the use of AI systems in game theory based models, and also in negotiation models. Sarit has plenty of awards, and time doesn't allow me to recapture. I'll just know that she was granted in 2010 the Emet Prize, which is very well known in this country as a prize indicating excellence. So I'm going to cede the floor now to Professor Krause, and Tehila Schwarz-Altschuler from our center is going to respond, and then we will have a discussion. Before I'm giving you the floor, Sarit, I will just know that the proceedings of these conferences are being filmed and they are being recorded. If anyone has a problem with this, let us know, and we will implement your right to be forgotten online. Okay?